Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And also yesterday the sun went into the same zodiac sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius is also known as one of the oldest constellations, and therefore it is one of the wisest, right? So wise energy is in the air, and there's a lot of wisdom present to all of us. It's in access to all of us, and the question is, do we know how to use it? Do we know how to use what surrounds us, what's present within us, what was present within us for ages, for years, for generations, since the beginning of time? You know, nothing is made up. Everything already exists. But the question is what's the quality of our ability to download or to get into the depths of information that are already in the field. And today's new moon in Aquarius reminds us that you have much more creative capacity than you believe to be true. By creative thinking, you can think things into existence. By feeling the feelings of your future, you attract wanting events into your life. By speaking like you're already blessed, you plug yourself into the vibration of miracles. And it's reminding you that you need to believe into your power. Your life is about to change for the better now. This is your year of greatness. My friends, this is the start of the Lunar New Year. And you can also see it as an emotional new year. A new year for your emotional system. And because of Aquarius sign, it's an air sign. It helps us to release stored energy. I've made a whole video about this present energy, how can we use it, everything that we may experience today, and this one is more practical. So the new moon portal is open, and it means that its energy is today the strongest. So I mentioned that Aquarius is an air sign, and it can help you to release stored energy. So may it flow. Invest it into what you wish to see on the world. And often when it comes to stored energy, it comes to stored emotions. So what are stored emotions? You know, every time you experience something scary, something that you don't want to see, something that may be against your beliefs, you experience a heavy emotion. Sometimes it may be fear, it may be anger, it may be deep sadness. And those emotions also cause us to tighten the muscles, right? When you are sad, you close yourself down. When you're angry, you tighten the muscles, especially around your shoulders. When you're stressed, again, you tighten the muscles. You become a bit harder, right? Your posture will change and so on. But if we're living under those emotions for a longer period of time, we will be unconsciously squeezing those muscles. We are not even aware of that happening inside of our bodies. And that's how the energy gets stored. So most of that energy is stored in our muscles, in the tissues of our bodies. And when it comes to those kind of powerful new moons, I mentioned in that previous video, this is a powerful new moon. It's a bit closer to the earth, and because of the sun and moon are in the same zodiac sign of Aquarius, its energy is even stronger. It can help you to release that tension. But in order to release that tension, we need to find more flow in our lives. So what it means to find more flow in your life? I often mention to you to find something that you feel naturally drawn to, right? And that thing will help you to overcome stored emotions, to do what you feel scared to do what on the emotional level your body is signaling to you, you shouldn't do it. It's not intuition, those are your stored emotions. So you need to find a difference between intuition and stored emotions. This is a major part when it comes to spiritual evolution. How to find a difference between intuition and stored emotions. Well, intuition wants you to evolve. Intuition wants you to grow, to expand, to develop your natural gifts and talents. Intuition is that inspiring sense, the sense that may call you for change. Also, it may stop you when you do too much of what you want to do. Like when you get so excited that you start doing it even when you are feeling exhausted, right? That's when intuition will tell you, slow down a little bit, it's time to rest. But your stored emotions will always say to you, don't do it. It's too dangerous. It's scary. Stop. Rather, take it easy. Rather, be lazy. Rather, just be with yourself. So we need to find that great difference between stored emotions and intuition. Once we find it, we can ask ourselves, is this for my highest good? You know, for example, when I've started making these YouTube videos, I was scared to talk in front of the microphone, in front of the camera, because I had no previous experiences about it. You know, when we got scared about it, it's not because it's not meant for us. It's because we don't have any previous experiences around it. Nobody in our past maybe was doing that. So obviously we have no experiences around it. And at the same time, all those fears may come up. Well, what people will say, how many people will judge us. And that's what blocks us. And I mentioned Aquarius is known as one of the oldest constellations, one of the oldest signs. It has a lot of wisdom to share with you. So you need to open up yourself to it. And to open up to this present energy, you may feel like you need to rest a bit more than usually. Why? Because your energy is moving through an energetic upgrade. So what it means? Well, we're doing a lot of work on ourselves every single day. If we're aware of it or not, we're moving through different energies, through different communications, through different work, whatever we're doing. So basically every single day we learn something new about ourselves, about our lives. And it means that we are learning, we are growing. Each step we take in our lives may be a new lesson. And if you become more aware of yourself, you may start learning much more. Your mind is expanding. You're starting to perceive energies and inspiration that may be downloaded into your mind from the field. And you may be expanding yourself. Maybe healing emotional past, whatever work you're doing. Maybe you're meditating. Maybe you have different practices that may help you to in tune more with your heart. It means that you're inviting into your body a lot of new energy, a lot of different energy. And because of this time of this powerful new moon and the lunar new year, it may happen that you feel a bit more tired because your energy is upgrading, you're expanding. And if you feel like that, just rest a bit more. Take a bit more time for yourself and you will notice that you will become much more creative. You will become much more productive and many things will just make sense. Because sometimes when we are too tired, it's hard to understand anything because we just don't have enough energy to comprehend what's happening, to recognize what we need to know. And when you feel drained out, when you feel tired, this is the most important time to take care of your sleep, to sleep just a bit more, to take more times to rest in a day, to meditate, to calm down your mind, because that's how you can download the wisdom that is present to you. Remember in the previous video, we had an important message, right? 8 gifts you have within your soul, and you may not even know them. And one thing that I mentioned yesterday is that wisdom needs time. right? Sometimes it's just not the right time to understand something. And as we grow and expand, we get to a certain level of awareness where we just understand, where it just clicks. So we can't force an understanding to happen. We need to let information sink in, and eventually it will click. And that's why we need to rest. If you're reading a lot, you also need to rest your mind so what you've read can sink in and connect, right? So the dots can connect and suddenly you understand. Another thing that is really important right now is to upgrade your level of self-acceptance. So what it means, you've been programmed to think that you need to be different, that you need to work on yourself to change yourself. This is such a misunderstood concept, changing ourselves. It's not about changing ourselves, but becoming more of ourselves. This is so different because that's why for many people it's hard to change, because they think that's something we need to force, like we need to force ourselves to be different. But what we truly need to do is to find out more of what feels natural, not on an emotional level, but on a heart level. What feels natural? What I naturally feel called to do? What's my natural way of communication? What feels the most natural to me? And that's how we discover more of our inner nature. That's how we discover our natural self. And that's who you are, your natural self. The universe, the source designed you. You're made by design of the divine. And that's your nature. That's your inner nature. So you can't change that because that's who you are. But then we've been programmed to think certain way, to behave certain way, to do things certain way. And that's what takes us away from that nature. So with all that conditioning and all different stories we've heard, at some point we recognize we are truly not fulfilled, right? We are out of alignment with ourselves. And that's where people start seeking spiritual evolution, because nothing else makes sense. And I want to remind you that self-acceptance starts with accepting all of yourself. It means the beautiful side of you, everything that feels natural, but also the hard side of you, all those emotions that are the product of the past. You've been through it for a reason. Through whatever you've been through it for a reason, and that's something you need to know. And you need to appreciate yourself for that, because it was not an easy journey. And you know that, right? It was not an easy journey. It may still not be. That's why you need to appreciate yourself, that you're still standing, that you're still able to smile, that you're still able to go deeper into yourself so you can release what's been stored within you. So you can be free, right? Nobody can free you but yourself. And through self-acceptance, through feeling the pain, but accepting it, not avoiding it, through feeling fear or guilt or shame or whatever, not avoiding it, but accepting it. Acceptance is love, isn't it? To be there for somebody, to accept people as they are, that's love. When you accept yourself, you love yourself. That's powerful. Then finding intelligence in the emotional signals. Right now, emotions may be more intense. So what are emotional signals? Our bodies are the greatest technology. As this Earth, planet Earth, it's everything that is part of this planet, everything that is part of this universe is a great divine technology. Everything works in a perfect alignment. But the thing is that we've started giving so much credit to our external technology, right? Everything that was designed by us humans. And suddenly we've started appreciating this technology, and most people don't even understand anymore that this technology is just a weak copy of the universal technology called life. And what it means, you know, when your phone gives you a signal, like a certain sound, oh, you've received a message, you've received a like or an email or whatever, you know that you've received something because of that notification, because of that signal. And that's how your body is giving notifications to you through emotions. When you feel happy, it means you're doing something right. When you feel sad, emotion of sadness, it feels you receive a signal that you're doing something wrong. When you feel depressed, it means that you're doing something wrong for a longer time, right? When you feel excited, it means that something in the future is waiting for you and you already feel its presence and you become so happy for it that happiness turns into excitement, right? When a greater thought hits you, you experience an emotion of inspiration. So your body reminds you that you can do something incredible out of that thought, right? Those are emotional signals, emotional notifications. That's how you find intelligence inside of your emotional signals. And when there's a lot of sadness within you, a lot of fear maybe, or shame or guilt, you need to recognize what those emotions are signaling to you. And right now it will be much easier to recognize that because of Aquarius. So pay more attention to your emotions right now. How do you feel? It's not about controlling emotions. Emotional intelligence is not about controlling emotions, but reading emotions. Understanding emotions, not being controlled by them, can only happen if you understand them, right? If you understand your emotions. And to understand your emotions, it's same as understanding a new topic. You need to pay a lot of attention to it. When you're reading a book about psychology at the beginning, maybe nothing will make sense. Like a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of different concepts. But you dig deeper into it, and suddenly you start connecting the dots. Suddenly things will make sense. When you in tune with your body and ask yourself what that emotion is trying to tell me, what I need to learn about myself, what am I avoiding, what am I not doing but I know I should do, and I could do, but I'm not doing, right? And you pay more attention to that. Start looking on your body as a vehicle designed by the divine, because that's what it is. Start appreciating yourself, and your body will start appreciating you more, because suddenly you're recognizing it, right? Suddenly you're not trying to change it, but you are starting to appreciate it. So many people get scared a little bit when it comes to self-acceptance, because they think, well, then I will stay the same as I am. But it's not true. Once you start appreciating and accepting your body will start saying to you, hey, we need to take care of our diet a little bit. We need to take care of the food we are eating, because what you are eating is clearly not healthy, not for you, not for me, not for your mind, not for your heart, not for your body. So you see, you will not stay the same. When you accept yourself, you also accept all those voices that are coming from your body. Hey, drink more water. Hey, get more rest, take care of your sleep because we can't function well, right? All these things are already present, but you're ignoring the signals. So pay more attention to it. And learn to free then stored emotions. Do what you feel scared to do. It's hard for the body, but it's liberating for the body, right? It's a thing that body don't want to do because it's a bit scary, but at the same time it wants you to do because it's liberating. Free yourself from stored emotions. It means that you start doing more of what you feel scared to do. The way that it will not be harmful. Like when you feel scared to talk in front of the camera, let's do more of it. When you feel scared to communicate with people, go outside and expose yourself. Not for them, but for you to free yourself. Who knows how many people's lives your light may touch because of you liberating yourself, right? When you feel scared to start a new project, to find a new job, to work on that new thing that you feel inspired for such a long time, go and do it. Don't procrastinate. That's powerful. And of course, because of all of that, a sense of enthusiasm may rise, and suddenly you may feel like you're becoming you 2.0 or 3.0 or already 10.0, like constantly upgrading yourself, upgrading the game. And you're just becoming more of who you truly can be, right? And that's admirable. That's something you should celebrate yourself for, because not many people are doing that. And we need great examples like you. So remind yourself that you're doing a great work, a great job. And another thing that I want to remind you today is that it's time to put your heart on the leader's position rather than the mind. The mind should perhaps be a co-pilot, right? Mind is an incredible tool. It can develop creative ideas, creative concepts, right? From mind we download information from the field. But heart is then that intelligent leader that decides what's right for all, what's the right thing, right? Heart is the one that helps you to create wonders in life. Heart is the one that connects you with others. Your mind may always find boundaries and walls between you and others, but hearts is nothing but that great web of life on which we are all connected. And once we feel or we experience that connection with all, we start looking on people around us as brothers and sisters. And this is a huge shift in our perception, because suddenly we don't wish bad for our brothers and sisters. We're all a big family here. And we're all moving through stuff. We develop that sense of compassion and understanding that everybody's going through something. And sometimes people don't have the right tools. That's why they don't know how to deal with their anger and sadness and depression and misery. And maybe you may be a victim of somebody's process of dealing with that pain. And of course it may be heavy sometimes, but it's still not a reason to hate them, to punish them with your thoughts, right? So we're all brothers and sisters here, so I love you all, my friends. And we just need to recognize that when we start something new, or whatever we do, at the first place, does our hearts agree with that? Ask yourself, is my heart agreeing with that thing? Will this be good for me and for people that will come across that, right? When you start a certain project, why are you starting it? What's your core idea, core inspiration or value? Why you're starting it, what you want to demonstrate with it on the world. You're making footprints, remember? So what you want to leave behind, always pay attention to that. And remember that your thoughts matter, your words matter, your actions matter. That's what you're leaving behind. Your habits matter. That's what you're leaving behind. You're being an example and people are watching you. People are learning from you. Sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. By putting knowledge that you have, everything that you know that is good for you into action, you are upgrading yourself. and you know you're leaving that behind for people that may learn from you. And sometimes to me it's important to know that, because it's much easier to fall into our old selves than to develop who we want to be. That's why we need to work on that, right? To always get back to that inner nature and become as natural as possible. When everything just starts to feel like we're flowing, right? Like, for example, painting for me is like I would be flowing. Like, it's completely happening with ease. And that's how everything should be. Like, doing our jobs, talking with people, everything should happen with ease. When we tap into our inner nature, our energy will expand. Our thoughts will become more powerful. What we think we attract, and what we focus on grows. And once our energy becomes stronger, all those things will start happening much faster. So more you tap into your inner nature, more you become as natural as possible, stronger your energy will be. And that's what I want you to know for this powerful new moon. Focus on that and everything will make more sense. My friends, this is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed in my latest painting. I've just finished it yesterday. I'm sharing it with you today for the first time. The name is The Spirit Guide. It was a commission work and I wanted to do it for a long time. Actually, I was painting it for a long time and now it's done. So let me know in the comment section what you think about it, how it vibes with you. You can also find prints of it on my Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion, they're already there. And my friends, stay beautiful, have a beautiful celebration of this incredible new moon, incredible lunar new year, and I'm wishing you all to have beautiful minds, open hearts, and grounded roots deep into the core of the earth, so you can feel strong and powerful as you are. This is it. Till next time, one love.